off with that. But I do want to say I'm sorry. What I did was racist. It was wrong. It should have never happened. The fact that it's taken this long is not okay. Um, and I was not ignoring you, Katie, in the comments. I think I did explain this. I just, with Wada was up on the panel, and I wanted to kind of clear that air first because we were in a live together. And then it was someone else's live, and I know how Atlantic runs their lives. And if I had gone on a whole thing in their live, then it would have gotten shut down and they would have kicked us all out of there. Um, uh, think I had more to say, but I'm just
Okay,
gonna say I'm
that's fine
sorry
and
to
all,
both of
but
you.
let's okay, that's fine and all, woo, 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 but if we're gonna let's be clear on what like an actual genuine apology is. A genuine apology is as such. You one state the actions that you did and you state the negative impact that you had on the people that you did, and then you actively like, actively atone for those actions. You simply saying I'm sorry and those actions that you quote unquote took were racist, like what exactly like did you did? Like
Exact actions, I don't know. I do know
you
that
don't know.
no, I know, okay. I know that with you in particular, there was I called you a bitch and a cunt. Um, and think the way
You
I
called
think
me a
I did.
bitch, you called me a cunt, and then you also said that you were gonna have people come and find. You said that you were gonna come find me and have people come to my house.
No, I did not say I would have people come to your
Yes,
house.
you
I said
did.
it's
Yes, you
easy to
did.
find. No, I
Yes, you
said it's
did.
easy. No, I said it's easy to find your address on the
Okay,
internet.
okay. Irregardless, like the semantics thing that's really finna vex me.
No,
Irregardless,
because you're asking me for my exact actions, and then
you
you're
know
saying that I
what?
said things I didn't
I didn't
say.
know.
So I'm trying to apologize
Yeah,
for
I
what I
didn't know. I
yeah,
didn't
did.
know
yeah,
I was done talking.
yeah.
I didn't know I was done talking. Like I could have sworn it was a comma, not a period. So irregardless of you trying to say whether or not you were going to find me or it's easy to find my address, it's really not. And I mean, regardless of if you find it, I promise you, you're not about it and you're not going to do anything with said information. You still try to make an attempt to try and find my personal information.
Yes, and I
So,
am apologizing for that. I am
Zeb, this is where
sorry
you
for
need to shut
doing
up.
that.
again, a comma, not a period. Not a. Don't do it, Soleil. Don't do it, Soleil. Please don't do it. Because I'm trying my best not to crash, bro. Like, I'm trying. Um, and let's also go into why you said such actions. First and foremost, with the people in the previous situation, the words, whoever that individual was, I really could care less. They were literally making statements on what's the freaking word? I can't even find the freaking word. I'm so freaking like vexed. Literally, unbeknownst, literally just decided to go at water and make these things about make these claims about water, whoever. Water goes up on the panel Water goes up on the panel, literally tries to defend herself. Then for some reason you felt jumpy enough to hop into that conversation that one had nothing to do with you. Then
The
I come up
conversation did
into the
have
conversation.
things to do with me.
Okay, and wasn't done talking. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like I'm really getting tried right now. I'm really getting tried. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep going. So, water goes up. Then you decide to get froggy and jump up into the You decide to get froggy and jump up there and start to just go on this whole rant, rave, whatever, and literally start going crazy at water. Then literally I come up there, and then literally you're trying. Then you first started popping out the side of your neck with me, talking about, oh, if I say this one more time, you're gonna end me, all this, that, and the third. So I want to know, are you really still feeling that way? Are you still feeling
No,
that jumpy?
no, I'm
So so
trying.
so why was you feeling so why was you feeling jumpy in that moment? I really want to know that.
So what had happened was we were having a live. calling out someone who has admitted repeatedly to manipulating people that they called their friends.
Yes,
And
Emerson.
because, yes, and when we had that live, Wada came up and tried to make it about Emerson being indigenous when it was in fact about the fact that Emerson had
That
harmed
wasn't
many
what
of
it was
us.
about. That was not what
That
it was
that
about.
is what
No, it was not.
Wada
So
literally came up
actively,
and said we were
so
attacking, we
actively,
were
so actively,
actively
here's what
okay.
happened. In that live,
Wada
I'm not talking about that live. You see how you're confusing the two? I'm talking about the live that you started
No,
coming at me
I'm
crazy.
trying
Those are
to
two
explain. Yes, I'm trying to
man,
explain how it got to that point.
man, listen, I don't care about all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm like men have business about
You
that
asked
black
why
man.
I felt that jumpy.
I'm talking
You,
about how you got jumpy with me individually. Me, Pisces, Soleil. So what did Soleil do in
yes,
that very moment to make you jumpy? I don't care about none of all that other stuff. That has other people. I'm talking about me.
okay. For me to explain it, I have to explain the whole process of how my mind got to that point. If you
Oh
can't
my
handle
God.
that, then I am sorry. But
What
what
did you just say to me?
happened? If you cannot handle that I have to talk myself through this to explain it, then I am sorry. What
Talking
I am
about
saying
man.
is that live
What?
happened, and then we went into the other live. We went into a separate live. Wada followed us. Wada invited all of you. You were part of Wada's crew. After having
First
that
off, I wasn't
happen,
a part of Water's crew. I just
okay,
scrolled into the live because of the TikTok algorithm and I just so happened to end up there. It wasn't a
you were
Water
actively
invited us
defending.
there.
No, Wada did invite you. We saw the
No,
invites
she
go
didn't.
out.
No, she
Wada
didn't.
invited
Okay,
several people.
just because she sent an invite out doesn't mean I took the invite. Like hello?
Yeah, and ZQ, just so you know, I
That's
also popped in
because I
there.
cannot hear
Okay,
and it will send me into overload. So please, I've had a long day. I lost two
ZQ,
patients today.
ZQ,
I really
ZQ,
need you guys to.
Man,
ZQ. If I'm going to be
man,
honest, I
listen,
don't
all
care.
that
Listen,
I really don't care. I like men of business about
I
that.
don't.
Like men of business
Okay.
about that fuckery.
ZQ,
Okay.
here's the thing, right? I remember that happening because I wondered why Auntie Wada and Pisces were in the same life together because I know around that time Pisces was not around in Auntie Wada's crew. So I popped in there and saw you popping off on Auntie Wada and Pisces. You were popping off on them and you sat there and called Auntie Wada a bitch in front of like over a
And
hundred
also
people.
and also on top of that, and let me explain to you why I was in that live, KT. So let's understand. When we're scrolling through TikTok, especially since we frequent these like types of lives, all of us being a part of the same. Well, I don't consider to be a part of the same community as some of you hosts, but that's just me. But these lives are going to pop up on our algorithm because that's how our algorithm is made. That's literally like basic algorithm and basic for you pages. I scrolled through the live, I saw what the live was about. Literally just sat in there, literally was just there. Then I saw a water came into the live, and I'm like, oh, okay, whoop de whoop de whoop. I said hi to her and all this, that, and the third. She said hi back. We were just chilling. Now I literally see that folks are starting to go crazy at Water in the comments, do 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 do, and then Water starts making comments back, and then somebody mutes Water in the comments, and I simply ask, wait, why was Water muted? Because I scroll back to see the comments, and Water wasn't saying anything out of whack or out of pocket. So then they unmute Water, and then literally words up top just said something crazy about Water, makes this like weird accusation, and then that's when Water went up to defend herself, and then that's when ZQ decided to pop up and start going at Water. Then I decided to pop up as well, and then ZQ. I wasn't even talking to ZQ. ZQ just started talking to me.
Yes, and I'm sorry for that. That was not okay.
And
I should not
anyways,
have done
and I
that.
wasn't done. Another comment, not a fucking period. Then after that live, after we exited out that live, then you, ZQ, tried to make this whole little weird conspiracy theory talking about, well, not even after the live, even during the live, you were trying to make some weird conspiracy theory that we were in cahoots with Emerson and that we were actively friends with Emerson, and this was like some
That
type
was not
of
me.
weird plan. That was you. You took part of it.
I literally left
because
after you and I were done.
you didn't leave. Because here's what see, this is why I don't like people, because people try to play up in my face. Too many people have been trying to play up in my face. You want to know how I know that you're lying about that? It's because literally Words hosted their own live themselves, and you literally went up on that live and you were talking about that same live. You want to know how I know that? Is because Katie went to that live and
Yes,
Katie
I
told
left
me what
that
y'all was
live.
talking
I
about.
was gone out of
And
that
you
live.
went
I went into
and
words.
so so what you're saying, and so what I'm saying is not, and so what I'm saying is not out of place. You literally just admitted to what I just told you.
No,
You
I
were
left
talking
that
about me under
live
the
as soon as you and I were done, and then I went into
man,
Words' live.
man.
I was
Listen,
not,
I,
you said during that live. I
man,
left that
listen. I
live.
don't know. I don't know why hoes is trying to play up in my face like I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know why folks are trying to play like I'm stupid. You literally were trying to make some weird conspiracy theory that me, Wada, and KT were a part of this like weird little plan tactic to like, we were secretly in cahoots with Emerson. Mind you, that was like my second time on Emerson's panel ever. Wasn't even mutuals with Emerson. Don't even know Emerson from a can of paint. Then you started saying that we were abuse apologists, that we silenced the voice of abuse victims, that we secretly enjoyed the silencing of abuse victims. All this, that, and the third. So like what?
I can't see. That's unreadable,
Olive.
Echo.
Yeah, Olive. This is the Emerson Call Out Live. It is also on YouTube, but I do have the videos. Plus, I do have the after part with Words Have Power, where they went live about it as well.
Ooh.
So,
I'm
Okay,
confused about the.
so
I'm still
so
confused about.
Echo.
I
No, no, no,
know
no, no,
that
no,
we.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Echo. So Echo, could you please explain? So could you please explain to me this, right? Because it seems like what I'm saying is not clicking. Was it not established, and was it not being said by people that me, KT, and Wada were in like some cahoots with Emerson to like silence the voice of abuse victims? Am I right, or am I tripping? Like, please let me
yeah,
know if I'm wrong.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
like, like what are we talking about?
Yeah, and I never even met Emerson before. So,
Never. Like that was my
so
second
I'll
time on
go.
Emerson's panel.
So
Like my only
Okay.
time that I was ever on Emerson's panel was like the first time when it was calling out Avery. And I only went up there for like a split second, and then the live got taken down. But that was my only ever time. So like what?
so is so was I actively saying that you were part of that? Because I don't. I remember saying maybe. I remember saying probably because Emerson had a ton of people who were going into our group chats and going into our
What do you
conversations
mean?
and our Discord servers and were trying to twist it and trying to get us to not talk about it.
Zib, I'm gonna do something really nice for you for a second, and I'm gonna tell you it's in your best interest to be honest about everything.
I am being
That's
honest
all.
about
That's all.
everything.
That's all I'm gonna tell you ahead of time because I have a fucking doozy for you.
I'm literally telling you from my
So,
perspective
so
what I
deal
remember
with
happening.
deal with Pisces because I
What's
got
your
something for
what's
your ass.
no, no. It would be best that he deals with you, KT, because I like I'm already like I'm already vexed. Like I'm like I'm 48 high. Like that's how I'm. Just move on to KT. Like stop talking to me. Like just stop talking to me altogether. Like what are you talking about?
All right, cool. Oh boy, it's gonna be a good one. So, Zib, why would you lie on me
About what?
about various things? For example, me telling a drunk person to sleep on their back when that person wasn't drunk by their own admission.
Yeah, so
Let's start with that one.
at the time, the evidence was that they were that as the group knew in the live at the time that you told them to sleep on their back was that they were drunk. They had not stated yet at that point when you told them that they had a brain injury. Then it was later said 20 minutes later, I just went back and watched it the other night. 20 minutes later they said they had a brain injury. And then when you were held accountable in another live for it, you said, and I stand by that and I do it again. So went, I left after the point where you said that in the live. I was watching someone else's recording. I didn't know until later on that they had admitted they had a brain injury and were not drunk. So from
Okay.
my understanding and from the evidence that I had
Okay,
myself,
Ziv,
from what I had seen with
Ziv,
my own eyes, was you
Ziv,
told a
Ziv,
presumed drunk person to sleep on
Ziv,
their back.
Ziv. This is where you need to
It,
shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about. Number one, they made it very clear because they came up. How many times did they come up? Did they come up once, twice, 3 or 4 times?
When I had watched, it was
How
the
many
first
times
time.
did they come up, Ziv? Once,
I don't
twice,
know the entire amount because I
once.
only got in there the time
So
you
how many
told them to.
times? Okay, so if you don't know, fine. I'll tell you. They came up twice, for a total of about 2 hours. But of course, you don't know that because you don't know what's going on. This goes back to what I tell people. You should probably wait until all the evidence comes out before you sit there and make judgments about shit. I say that all the fucking time. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. Because she said the second time she came up, somebody said that they thought they heard bottles or whatever, and she said, "No, I have a head injury. That's why I have a slur." That was before I told her to sleep on her back. Before, not after. Okay? And I said that, sure. Me telling her that is not going to make her do it. She's in Missouri, I'm in Philadelphia. Me saying that is not going to make her do it. I said what I said just to get you guys off my back, if I'm going to be honest. I sat there and timed myself and said it'll be over in 15 minutes. And it was. It was. I knew
also,
you guys were
KT,
full
can I
of
ask you
shit.
a question?
What's up?
It's to my understanding that you telling somebody to sleep on their back is such like an egregious thing to say, but telling somebody that you're going to find their address and find where they live, that's just perfectly fine and dandy.
No, it's not. And
Apparently
I
so.
am actively
I'm not
trying to
talking to you.
apologize for
I'm
that.
not
Ziv,
talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Katie,
yes.
did you hear my statement?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the trans man sitting there whining, screeching, and bitching at you. Could you repeat it?
What I was what I was saying was it seems like telling somebody to sleep on their back was just such an egregious like thing to say, but saying telling saying that you're going to find somebody's address and go look for them, that's just such a like just a perfectly fine and reasonable reaction.
Oh, apparently it is.
Yeah.
So Zip, after the fact, you made it a whole point for what, several weeks to maybe a month or so, to always try to bring it up like it was your issue, even though it wasn't your issue. In fact, did you even talk to that woman?
I did after the fact.
Okay, what did you say to her, and what did she say to you?
I asked her if she was drunk. She said she had had a drink and that she was not drunk. She had a brain injury, but that was not until 2 weeks after the live happened.
Okay, so that means that she was not drunk, right?
Okay, that was 2 weeks
Does that
after.
mean she was drunk?
No, I said that was
Okay,
after.
so once it, okay, so she's saying that she was not drunk, right?
Mhm.
So why were you running around saying that I told a drunk woman to sleep on her back? Knowing,
Because that was 2 weeks
knowing,
after.
knowing that that was not the case. You did this for well over a
Okay,
month.
no,
You did this
no.
for well over a month. Yes. You did it at least 3 different times. And in fact, in one of
I
those
dropped
lives,
it after I
in
had
one
that
of those
conversation
lives,
with her.
thank you very much. In one of those lives, I was actually beckoned over to Words by somebody else, and that somebody else came up and even said, "Hey, I listened to the whole thing. This woman said that she was not drinking. She had a slur. I'm sorry, she had a head injury and not caused a slur. It was right there. There was you, Maki. There's somebody else, I can't remember who. They had some kind of episode. There was Smalls who went around stalking me. So there was that shit too. And there was that person, that particular person. If you don't remember who it is, I'm not going to remind you. But there was about 5 or 6 of us up there. And that person told you guys that that person was not drunk. And you guys disregarded it. And you still let it perpetuate.
No.
Yes. It still followed around. Even when you went on there, guess who ran around with it? Smalls. Based off of
Okay, I
your
don't
word.
even know who Smalls
Based
is.
off of,
Who is
yes, you
Smalls?
do. That's bullshit. Small
Who
titty
is
got
Smalls?
small got titty GF. Echo has the
Who?
profile picture up and everything earlier. You were in the live with Maki and Words with them in the lower left hand corner.
Smalls wasn't really part of that group till a little later.
No, Small's part of that group. I gave him to you.
Did you
Who is
forget I
Smalls?
was
I'm
also in
still
that group?
confused on who Smalls is.
Well,
That name is not
number
ringing a
one.
bell in my brain.
Okay, Echo, could you pull up that one video that you had earlier? Could I have the profile picture? And yes,
Yeah, one second.
I know, Nurse, that you were in that group, but you were not the one coming after me.
I'm gonna let up Olive real quick because Olive was involved in that whole call out situation. If y'all are good with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Potts. Don't worry, Potts. We'll get to that too.
All right, let me pull up that video.
Hey, just I'll be super fast. Just for context, Ziv, Small Titty Goth BF used to go by Jonah, Australian guy who posed as a trans person to gain proximity to other trans people.
Top picture, by the way, very top profile picture.
Yeah.
That's Small.
Yeah. That was my partner for quite some time. He is a rapist. He lied about cancer, and he lied about indigeneity, and he deserves the wall. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Oh shit, W Olive.
I
Damn,
still
W Olive.
don't recognize this person. So if
well, they were involved. Ziv.
if they were in, okay, yeah, I see them up there, but I don't recognize this person. Maybe I met them once or twice in crossing, but I've never had a conversation with them.
Yes, you
I don't
did.
even know who the fuck that is.
Yes, you did.
Not an
because
not an active
they
behind the
were
scenes
in-
conversation. Maybe
they
in a
were
live.
They were in the live with you, going at me. What are you talking about? Are you okay?
I just lost 2 patients, and you're asking if I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't care about
Um,
I don't care about you or your patients.
But no,
Man,
what I
listen.
am saying.
I don't care. No, Ziv.
What I am saying is I don't
Ziv,
recognize
this is where you
them.
need to be quiet because you already admitted to doing racial. Be quiet,
them,
Ziv.
no.
Ziv, this is where you need to be quiet because you're doing racist shit right now, and I got more for that ass. Okay, so get it prepared. I got more for that ass. This is just part one. So, this did happen. It was the person was right next to you, and as a result of that happening, that motherfucker stalked my ass for months, all of the fucking app. Based off of your word, they had nothing to do with any of that shit. Nothing. Nothing at all. And don't come to us about, oh, I lost 2 patients, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Don't care. Don't care. Couldn't care less. Okay, because this we don't know your patients. It's whatever. For all we know, you can be making that shit up.
I'm okay. First of
We have
all,
no
why
reason to
the
believe
fuck
you.
would I make that up? Second of all,
Well,
no,
because
I work for hospice. That's not something.
Because you lie, Ziv, and I have
You
more
work for
evidence that you
hospice, but
lie.
yet you want to go out and look for people's addresses and want to go find them. Okay.
No.
You lie, Ziv, and I'll get to that in a second. So what you need to do is right here, right now, so we're going to squash this part and go to the next one, say that you were not telling the truth about what happened with me saying to sleep on with me telling someone to sleep on their back. They were
We've
not
already
wrong.
addressed that.
So say it. Say that you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Continue.
I was wrong for saying that. What else you want? I just admitted I was
say
wrong.
that you were wrong for what you said, and then say exactly what you said.
I was wrong for saying that Katie told a drunk person to sleep on their back. I had misinformation.
Yeah, which is why you should probably sit the fuck down and actually wait for some evidence to come out or ask for some evidence before you just run with some shit. I sat there and told you that's not the case, and you kept running with it for weeks. Weeks. Thing number 2. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. Thing number 2, why did you go to other people to try to control me?
What?
You went to Emily and said, Emily, I don't feel safe around Katie. And then you did the same thing to Taylor.
To control you? No.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might have
told
been...
Emily that I did not feel safe around you when I had misinformation and I had went to them with that misinformation.
Okay, and that means that you told her that you don't feel safe around me, right?
Yes, because you had told, from my understanding of the situation, you had told someone to kill themselves. So I felt unsafe around someone who would actively tell someone to kill themselves.
So Number one, I did not, well, I don't say never, because I do say it now, but I did not tell that woman to off herself.
Yeah, let's use
We've addressed that. I'm
TikTok-friendly
talking
words. We've been
in
on
the
TikTok for a
tense.
while.
I'm
I,
talking in the tense of that situation.
that is not
At
telling
that
somebody to
point in
off
time,
themselves.
my understanding was that you had told a drunk person to lie on their back,
What?
which is actively telling them to kill
No,
themselves.
it's not, and you need to use
So,
TikTok friendly words, Ziv. I know you know better.
sorry, unalive.
So, I did not. So, sorry. Me telling her that is not the same thing. Like I said, I lied to you guys because I know you guys were being manipulative and deceitful. And when you're deceitful with me, I will do the same thing back. I have no problem doing that. I will speak the language of my enemies. You guys want to sit there and lie? I sat there and lied to you guys. I didn't feel bad about a single damn thing I said to that woman. Especially considering that if you seen the whole thing, you would know that I was the nicest person on that
You
panel.
never said you felt bad to me about
I
it.
didn't know.
You've
I
always
didn't
told me
say.
you stand by it.
I didn't say I did. I'm saying I don't. I don't. If you're gonna lie to me, I will lie to you. So I sat up there and lied to get it over with. I have no problem saying that.
Set up where?
I sat up there on that live the next day and lied to you guys
I
about
wasn't
being
in
that
that
about.
live.
Yes, you were in that live. What are you talking about? The one after the whole thing with me telling the woman to sleep on her back. You were literally there. I woke up to you. Sorry, I woke up to Emily saying that saying that you wanted to talk to the two of us, and then you were in the live. You were in the live, Ziv. I know your voice. You have the
Wait, which
stereotypical trans
live?
mask voice.
Wasn't that the live with Emerson?
No, that's the live with Taylor.
Wait,
It's the
which live are we talking about?
Taylor's live. The day after you guys, the day after I told the woman to sleep on her back, it's when you messaged Emily. In fact, I can probably get the exact time and date that Emily sent me the message. And she said that she wanted that you want to have a conversation with us. Like sorry, with her, you and myself. And then later on, with the whole thing of you saying that you feel scared or whatever around me, that's based off of that bullshit, which once again never happened. I never told that woman to offer herself. I said for her to sleep on her back after Taylor said for her to sleep on her stomach. That's not telling somebody to off themselves.
When it is a drunk person, it is.
Number one, was she drunk?
From the understanding
Was
of
she
other
drunk?
people,
Was
no.
she drunk?
I am
Okay,
saying at the time when I was having this discussion, I
so
have
you were wrong.
literally gone over this with you multiple
So
times,
you
Katie.
were wrong. So you were wrong to say that, right?
Yes, I was wrong to say that
Okay.
because I lacked
So then what you need to
information.
do, is apologize to Emily. Because mind
I
you,
would, but I have Emily blocked on everything.
well, you need to unblock her and apologize to her. She already knows that
You'd have to give me usernames to be able to do that because I don't remember them.
well, you need to do some work then.
I don't ever come on this app anymore.
Yeah,
I
well, you
don't,
need to
I'm
just, like I
not
said, you need to do some work then.
yet.
Because you can work to sit there and lie and spread misinformation on people. You can work to go find Emily. So there's that.
Well, like honestly, like this is truly comical. Like I'm.
It really is. It really is. It's convenient how he can sit here and pretend to be so helpless, but when he has that pack of wolves behind his back, he's so tough.
No,
Speaking
when
of
I was off
which,
my meds for 6 months, that's
yeah,
what
I don't
happened.
care about you and your meds. Next thing, Ziv,
Okay, and
it's the
like,
fact that
man.
next thing, Ziv,
So
what's up?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Katie, but
Go ahead.
Sivs, you have made two crazy claims already. And this is starting not to sound like an apology. It's starting to sound like you're making excuses for yourself.
I am
Um,
actively trying to apologize and not getting a chance to speak. Yes, I was off my meds for 6 months when that happened,
I don't care
and
about your
yes, I had two
meds.
patients. Yes, I had two patients pass away, and I'm not
Stop
making.
I
weaponizing
don't
the
care about the
stupid fucking
patients
No,
patient.
either.
I'm not. I'm
Stop
not. I'm
weaponizing the
saying I
stupid
am
fucking patient.
overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. Brought that up to explain why I needed Soleil to not
Stop
speak into their mic like that because
weaponizing
it was
your fucking
overwhelming me.
Wait,
patients.
I'm
everyone pause.
not.
ZQ pause. Please
So
pause.
I just want.
First of all, wait 1 second. ZQ, I work in the
Hmm.
medical field. People unalive on me all the time. I don't take that out on people, and I don't bring it up on lives. Like,
I
hello?
don't
Literally.
care where you work. I know you work in the medical field. This is literally my first two patients. So yes, it's overwhelming for me. My bad for being overwhelmed with emotions and then having to come
Then
here and
stop
also
playing
be
it.
You're
overwhelmed with
over, so
emotions.
you're overwhelmed with emotions. Wait a minute. So I'm gonna speak into my mic so you can hear it. I really don't care about you being overwhelmed. If you don't like it,
Me
oh
to
well,
do that,
cry
I
about it. I
will
don't
not be
care.
able to stay in the
So
live because
anyway,
it is overstimulating me.
okay, okay, that's fine. I don't care about the
Cope.
situation. I really honestly don't. Cope. Like what? Like you're talking about you being overwhelmed, but you talking about looking for people's addresses and looking for people where they live and trying to make these weird conspiracy theories that people were a part of, trying to be where these abuse apologists literally trying to stop and silence the voices of abuse victims. What do you think that was doing?
And
Like
by the
what?
way, ZQ, I'm sorry, Pisces. ZQ, you probably want to stay out the comments so you can actually listen to people. Come on, I know you know better than that.
What? Sorry, I
Like
couldn't hear
what?
you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you weren't paying attention. Stay the fuck out
No,
the
I
See,
comments.
no, I was.
I'm
I
done.
literally took my air. I literally took
Stay
my
out of the
AirPods
comments. I
out. They
saw the
got
comment. You
fur
sent
on
the
them.
bug. I saw the comment. You sent the bug. I saw the other comments. Stay out the fucking comments and listen.
So just to explain,
But you guys can
Patch.
be in the comments, right?
I was
So
not in the
just to explain,
comments.
man, you better watch who you talking to.
Like the fuck, Ziv.
You
Don't play
better.
games.
Yo, he
Or
don't
what?
know me. Yo, he don't know me. He really don't.
Nor do I care to. I just came here to apologize for the harmful
Man,
things I
fuck
have
your
done and
apology.
move
Man,
on.
fuck your apology. Fuck your job. Fuck your
Okay.
patients. Or you don't even
Okay.
care about your patients. You don't even
I
care about your
do.
patients. You're endangering your patients. You out here looking for people's
How am I
addresses. Like you
endangering
really
my
care about.
patients?
You really want to talk about that. You care about your patients in your medical field, but you're out here looking for people's personal information. Like you're literally
Never did I
putting
actually
yourself and
follow
your
through on
patients
that.
at risk. Like you are literally the walking
I have
personification of
to
a
go. My wife is
contradiction.
calling me.
You
Oh
Goodbye.
no,
literally have
no,
not
don't
stepped
run
out of
now.
any
Come
type of
on.
No,
information or
literally,
intellectual or
my wife is
anything
calling me.
genuine.
I
You are
have to
literally
go.
a
I will be right back.
disingenuous,
I will be
loudfist
right back.
idiot
Okay,
who
you better
has
come back.
nothing. You are worthless.
I
So,
really
yeah,
hope you come
no,
back. I really do.
weaponizing
You
your
are a worthless
patients.
street rat. You're nobody. You're nothing.
Hey, Gabby. Well, Gabby. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind, Gabby. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
And fuck your old wife bitch too.
I don't want to do too much on their part and their wife. I their wife is a pretty good advocate. I think. I just don't want to do too much on there. I want to
Man,
focus.
fuck her. Fuck her.
God damn.
Fuck him, fuck her, fuck anybody he roll with.
I really do hope Ziv comes back to this more.
Like what?
Listen,
You
I
don't have
don't.
to
Yeah,
come back for this
exactly.
bitch.
Chat.
Exactly,
I
Bella.
don't want to do too much on their partner. That's their relationship and their issue.
That's why I'm keeping my mouth closed on that one, Echo.
Like, bitch, you want to try and apologize, but bitch, you can't even name what you're apologizing for. Bitch, you just a disingenuous little rat-faced bastard.
Just a quick note.
Cut.
Just a quick note for people in case Ziv doesn't come back. So the whole thing about Emerson being the only one that ran that whole little crew is that
No, just
okay.
my buddy Colin.
Who is
Okay.
this Glinch reality? Baby, you better, man, listen.
So the whole thing about Ziv only sorry, not Ziv, Emerson being the one that was running
Yeah.
everything for that weird little call out crew, I'm telling
To
you right
be
now, that's not the case.
to
That's
be
not the
clear,
case.
that is Ziv's partner. That I don't. That's why I don't want to do too much on Ziv's partner. I actually like Demi and I respect them, but they pulled Ziv away from having the conversation.
I'm gonna have an actual civil conversation and arrange and come back. We're not just okay, Demi. Demi. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. Demi, like I have no smoke with you, but like you need to get your man back. So I'm just gonna leave it in that. Anyway, so the whole
Yeah, man,
thing
fuck
about
her.
Emerson, running this whole big thing, it's not true. And I remember this really well because the day before, Ziv was running on, hanging out, being buddy with B-Tron and Emerson and all of them. Everything just fine. Then Words of Power and Maki come along, and boom, they all flip on fucking Emerson. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing. And we know
I would.
exactly who was involved. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Echo.
No, I was just gonna say I would like to see, and hopefully we can come towards some sort of resolution. I know Ziv isn't really on the app that much these days, but like closure for everyone and a way forward. Like I hope that we can achieve that somehow.
Oh, I
Oh,
hope
I've
so
already
too.
reached closure. I've already reached closure. Like I said, fuck him,
Yeah.
fuck her, fuck everybody who rode with him. I'm already at closure. I don't need no closure. I'm just letting y'all pussyfooting, stunting ass, trout mouth, slewfoot, not neat ass hoes know something. You come try looking for me, I promise you it's not gonna end well for you. Don't ever play with me.
So I
Um,
hate to be. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, nurse.
I hate to be that person, but I was part of that group, and I would say that a lot of times they would hear one thing and go with it.
Oh, I know.
So it lets, and then they would start attacking people over one thing what they heard with no evidence. That's why I started collecting evidence before I started calling out people, because I learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, and that's good. And also, to my knowledge, at least, you weren't running around spreading bullshit to people.
Oh no. Well,
Not to my knowledge. Mind you, you
well,
could have been, and I don't know.
I will say I was kind of. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh my god. But
Never
yeah,
mind.
they were the main ones. A whole little crew. You know, the ones that you think of from that last group, from that anti-black call-out crew. Yeah, Ziv's part of it. Ziv's
Well, this
definitely part
is
of
Like
it.
you,
there's a reason why Beatron has me blocked. She's scared of me.
Yeah, Beatron, Artemis, all of them. I'll even say fucking Avatar Katie. I'll put that fucking name on there. I'll name names. It's a whole list of them.
All
That
right.
the thing
whole
about it
little
is
crew.
though, but the thing about it is, it's just like first off, like I said before, I literally got almost roped into this whole entire situation because, like I said, I don't even know what's going on with the whole ins and outs of who doing this and who doing what. I literally just strolled into a live. There was about 60 or 80 people up in that live. Literally, it was just a little. It was just like a call out live for Emerson. It was like somebody was up in the comments. I mean, it was some other person because they got like called out for like their previous like name or what they called themselves, woo woo woo, and then words have power, whoever that was. They were literally just having a conversation. I was just literally in the comments chilling. And then I see Water comes into the live, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, Water's in here, woo woo woo." Then literally, Wise doing like a little back and forth with I think Maki, I guess, whatever. And also on top of that, then literally like they just started going out. Water gets muted. I literally asked like multiple people, I'm like, why did Water get muted? Water didn't say anything crazy. Then literally she gets unmuted. Then Word said something about Water. Water comes up to defend themselves. Then that little snot nosed beaver face looking bastard ZQ decides to go up there. Then I decide to go, and then I go up there trying to like just pull this conversation back and literally do whatever. Then ZQ starts talking to me crazy, like bitch, you don't know me. Talking about if I say something, you gonna end me, bitch. Come end me. What is you talking about?
Several things. One, I got something really interesting just now.
Oh,
Really interesting.
oh, that looks a little blurry. Let's try. Oh,
I might need to send that to you, but this is from GQ just now.
Boy, fuck you.
Okay,
I did
let me
not mute
clarify.
ZQ. I did not mute
Was
ZQ.
me. I muted ZQ because not accepting accountability, but instead texting in the comments. So I was the one that muted ZQ.
Should I send this to you, Echo?
I mean, if you want, and then I can put it up on big screen, but I didn't mute ZQ. That was delirious. Because you were having the conversation down there and not up here, and you're up here on the panel with people. Mods weren't muting anybody. ZQ, you're unmuted. But I think it's okay to come up and have a conversation.
But also another thing is you try to expect like this type of like genuine like soft calm tone conversation. It's actively wild when you was actively like threatening like multiple people. Like that's what just not understanding. Like how you gonna threaten somebody and then want to have like a nice cool conversation?
Alright, so we can get a better look at this.
Like what? Like that's like if I that's like if I call Echo. If I called you a snaggletooth bitch, and then I want to be like, well, let's have a cool conversation. Are you really gonna want to have a cool conversation after I just talked to you like that?
I'm gonna be side eyeing you like a motherfucker.
Exactly. Like what?
What's this?
I tried commenting, but Echo muted me in the chats. You guys said you wanted a public apology, and I tried to give one. You spoke over me every time I tried to give one, and wouldn't let me get a word in. How am I supposed to apologize when the entire life is just you telling me to shut
He
up? That's
literally
not
started over
true.
talking people first, but okay.
Yeah, and honestly, like if you're coming in to have a conversation, like if you were gonna just do an apology and you didn't want a conversation or a response, you could have just done a video and left it at that. But you wanted to come in and have the conversation, apologize to people's faces. You made an apology, and a check as to how genuine that apology was to understand. Ask you? Do you understand how you were being racist to Pisces? And you said no. So an apology like that is very disingenuous. When we talk about genuine apologies and accountability, you have to understand what you did to cause harm and how you did it. So then you give an apology, you own up to it, and then going forward, you can work on that. If you're apologizing for racism as a white person, how are you going to unpack that to be a better person if you don't understand what you did wrong? You don't understand the racist things you did.
And then
Yeah,
when people go to tell you, you just want to deny it.
I'm gonna give
You
a
be like, no, I
perfect
didn't do that. Yes, you did do that. What? I wouldn't be here if you didn't.
I'm gonna give an example. Hey, Pisces, I am so sorry for being racist towards you, and I'm sorry that that affected you. Can you tell me what I did wrong specifically so I can do better
Well,
and not do it again?
so a better example is a couple months ago, I made a racial microaggression. Pisces wasn't alive. We talked about it. I owned up to it, took accountability, understood what I said was wrong, and moved forward. And I don't do that stuff. I understood my actions, when my actions were bad, and how they impacted the black community. That's how accountability works and apologies work. This is why Pisces and I are civil today, at least.
Like, I just, you know what? Never mind. I'm just an aggressive darky. I'm just an aggressive black. That's all I am. I'm just an aggressive colored person. I'm so hostile. I'm so mean. I'm so aggressive. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
me.
Stop
god.
I'm
I
it.
think that's
hostile.
true.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
aggressive. No, it's
Okay.
okay. I'm aggressive. I'm mean. I'm stern. I'm hostile. I'm just left to attack people all the time.
Um.
I don't
So
think that's
GQ.
true.
I don't want to have a
GQ.
genuine conversation with anybody. I just like to attack people and talk over them. That's just who I
Oh, I
am.
sent you another one, Echo.
I see it. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. So ZQ. Oh. Um. Oh. Oh. y- Yeah. Yeah. Because this might
Okay.
go. This might go for a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Echo.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the one that muted you, by the way. Not Echo, not anyone else. It was me because you were texting and you were not paying attention.
I was paying attention.
No, you literally asked what? Like you weren't paying attention.
I asked what because I had taken my AirPod out for a second while Soleil was talking because of the vibrations on the
Well,
mic, as I had already previously explained, and then I got cat hair on it, so I couldn't hear what you were
well,
saying.
keep out of the comments. It ain't that hard. I'm sorry.
Hi,
Go ahead, Ness.
Magical.
Hey, Magical.
Hello. I just wanted to say something real quick. So ZQ, if you're gonna be up here, because there's a reason I'm not mutuals with you anymore. This isn't the first time you've been fucking racist, and there was a time where I even called you out on it. It was a very small call out. It wasn't as big as this, but at the same time, you did the same thing that you did last time, and you ran, but you came back. So, what I will say is that it's not in any way acceptable for your wife to be here in the comments and also sit here and say that, or just perpetuate the idea that everybody on this panel right now is irrational in the way that they're talking to you or reacting to what you did. That's not okay. That is
I wasn't
microaggressive
in
as
here. What
fuck.
did my
No,
wife say?
he's right. He's right. Magical. Him and his wife are right. I'm irrational. I'm aggressive. I'm mean. I'm
I
hostile.
Your
didn't
I
wife,
say
just like
as soon as you
any of
drop
that.
down, as soon as you drop down to the comments to quote unquote take your wife's call, she came into the live in the comments and she was saying he's not coming back in here until you guys learn to act civil, so on and so forth, amongst
Yep.
other
I'm just
things
so
that she
mean and
said.
so nasty. I'm so nasty and so
Okay, I was
rude.
not here for any of that. I was
Well,
literally on the phone
that's
with.
why I'm repeating it to you. So
Yeah,
I'm
So
telling
why
you
am
right
I
now
getting
that's
pinned for that?
you can scroll up
That's
and
your
look at.
wife. Like
You can
what?
scroll up. You can scroll up and look
Okay,
at the
I
top.
don't control my wife.
Ziv,
well.
I am not my wife. I don't control her.
Ziv. You can scroll
I
up.
say you did. Well, your wife is acting like she controls the shit out of you. So I don't know I don't know what to tell you. Leash
Ziv.
me.
Magical, be
I don't know
Katie,
what
careful.
it
Don't
is.
magical, be careful. Don't get too aggressive now, magical. They don't like when we're mean and aggressive.
So nasty,
Ziv.
so
Why
rude.
Katie,
am I
I
getting
got it,
painted
Katie.
for
I
So
got
anything
it.
that
nasty
my
and
wife did?
so rude.
I got
Thank
it,
you.
Katie. Give me 1 second here.
I just
Ziv.
realized we are a whole bunch of POCs up here.
Well, except for one.
Yeah.
Ziv. You could easily scroll up and see the comments for yourself.
Okay, I'm scrolling and I'm not seeing them.
I mean,
Oh.
if I scroll and I find
Not
them,
to be
then I'm
terrible,
likely
but the
to.
only comment I saw from
Ziv,
ZQ was them
Ziv,
correcting someone
Ziv,
misgendering.
Ziv, Ziv.
Uno momento.
Completely shut up. Okay. If I scroll up here and I find your partner's comments, I'm not gonna be nice.
I'm trying to scroll. That's Ziv's wife. Okay,
Okay,
glitched reality.
okay.
If you want to have an actual civil,
Hey,
hold on.
hey,
No.
hey, hey. I see it, by the way, but yeah, like it's right here. It's right here in the comments. Not
Yeah,
if
I
you
found
don't know
them.
how this. Not if you don't know how to handle this civil. You can scroll up and see it. Here's another one.
Yeah.
When you want to have an actual civil conversation and arrange and come back, but you're not just going to. Magical even said to Demi, Echo is literally telling everyone not too much. Like, I'm assuming not too much on her.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at the comments right now. Nope, he isn't coming back at all. All you want to do is attack.
Okay, I
You're
came
attacking
back,
me
so I don't
now.
know why.
Shut the fuck up, dude. You clearly have been told to shut the fuck up, and it shows. Nope, he isn't coming back. All you want to do is attack. You're attacking me now, and I didn't say anything. Like it's right there. It's not just right there on the screen.
Okay,
It's
I'm
right there in the
seeing
comment.
that.
It's right there in the
Like,
comments.
do we understand that this is a racial microaggression itself to say black people are attacking you for calling out racism or having a conversation about it?
No,
And
y'all.
then
No, y'all. No,
saying
y'all.
the
He's
actual
right. I
civil?
was attacking. I was mean. I was being aggressive. I was being really
No, I don't
hostile.
think you were.
ZQ. No, 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 no. It's okay. You and your wife think that I was being aggressive and I was attacking you. So
Why?
ZQ,
Okay,
I really.
I
So
don't
wait.
think that.
I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you.
Can
I'm
you
just trying to make sure that I
stop?
have a I just want to no 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 no. I just want to make sure that I have a nice palatable tone that
You
isn't
don't.
overwhelming you, that isn't trying to like, make you feel scared or any like uncomfortable. I just want to have a
Your
conversation.
tone before didn't make me
ZQ,
feel scared
ZQ,
or
I simply
overwhelmed.
just
It was
want
the
to
mic.
So ZQ, I simply just want to have a conversation and resolve this issue. And so I simply want to come to the understanding as to why you decided to make that type of commentary to me when one, I don't know you. Two, I didn't know any of the context of the situation that was going on whatsoever. And also three, I simply came up there to try and referee the conversation. I just simply don't want to know the context as to why. And I'm going to take this tone because it seems a little bit more easier to take. And, it's going to sort of kind of keep the flow of the civil conversation that your wife wants us to have. So I want to make sure that the civility is there. So can we please have this civil conversation, please?
You can use your actual tone.
This is my actual
This one
tone.
actually does not.
This
No,
this
it's not.
this is my
Your actual
tone.
tone is the tone you were having
This
before
is my
when you were
tone.
This is
talking.
crazy. Just listen.
Just just
Okay.
just have the conversation. I just want to have a conversation with you. That's all.
Yeah.
What haven't I picked up on?
So
I
I
haven't
want
picked
to.
up on something.
So
So
Ziv, apparently we need to talk in a very nice, calm, very chill, very demure voice for somebody like you
No,
to be
you
able.
don't.
Yes, we do, because us just using our regular voices has not worked so far, and all you have done to multiple people of color and black
I don't want you
people
to feel like we're
is
attacking
overtalk
you.
us. Yes.
I didn't feel like you were attacking
Yes,
me.
you did though. You literally said it.
I just felt like I couldn't actually
You,
apologize because I wasn't actually being
How
able
about
to
this? How about
but
talk.
your
this?
partner.
Bring your wife up. She can come up. How about that?
She's not here in the room with
Well,
me.
you
That's
can text her because she
Yes.
took it out. She put it upon herself to
Well,
call the fuck out of you to get you out of the live. So you can text her to come and own up to
She's
her comments.
she's in the
So
live because I see her where I could invite her.
Mm.
excuse me, CQ.
Yeah. Just
okay,
invite his
honey,
wife,
come up
and I want
because telling them
CQ.
that they
yeah.
were attacking me is not correct.
CQ.
They were
No,
not
no,
No,
CQ.
she
attacking
no,
me.
she was no, she was actively right. She was actively right. I was being very aggressive and very hostile and very
No,
mean
you
and very
weren't.
rude. Katie, we were being very aggressive
You're
Well,
completely
Ziv, and I
valid
wasn't.
in your feelings of the
well,
entire
well. Wait a minute,
situation.
ZQ.
None of
ZQ. I still have other concerns. I still have other concerns I wish to address.
Yeah.
For example, the fact that like you and a whole crew of people were running around going after people with little to no information, and then you put the whole blame on a person of color. You guys did
what
that.
situation. What are you talking about
Emerson,
now?
you were hanging out with Emerson the day before. I
Yes,
remember
bud.
very well. You, Beatron, all of them were hanging out with Emerson the day before, and then Words Out Pop and Maki came back, and all of a sudden you flipped like a pancake. You flipped on a person of color. It's kind of funny.
Emerson and I had been having problems for a while
But
before
there was,
we made that call out live.
but there wasn't.
We were playing nice and walking on eggshells around them, as we
But
discussed in that live.
Ziv, here's the thing. There's no way in the world one person had that many victims on this app. There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's especially considering the fact that you were in the very same space as some of the other people that were in that
Thank you,
anti-call out.
Patch.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And considering the fact that you were also in that group of people who are going around doing anti-black call-outs on people and call-outs on people for stupid things, for example, like somebody being doxxed in a room of 500 people when they only had 2 mods. That was uncalled for. It was not Emily's fault. So I'm going to put a name on it. It was not Emily's fault that in 500 people with just 2 mods that somebody came along and doxxed someone. That's not Emily's fault. And yet you guys sat there
I like list one. It's so. Oh,
and and yet you guys try to make it seem like it was hers, and that's just one example. Then of course there's the whole thing of you telling me that Echo is dangerous, which actually, funny enough, that's actually how I got to know Echo, because I only met them one other time. You said Echo's dangerous. I went and checked Echo out. Echo's pretty cool.
Yes, I was also said that I was a part of silencing abuse victims, and I was an abuse apologist. And I was in a whole conspiracy plan to just silence the voice of abuse victims, and step on the backs of victims, and silence and oppress them.
And also, CQ,
Also, just real quick, Demi, is
Okay,
this a
I
good
was
tone for
wrong
you?
for
So
saying.
Demi, just real quick, ZQ, Demi, is this a really good tone for you? Is this tone not aggressive, not hostile, not attacking whatsoever? Do I sound palatable for you?
is this
Is this
nice?
nothing
a
to
nice?
do with the tone.
Is
Is
this a
this?
soft tone that you like?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the tone.
I'm so sorry, Master.
So what was wrong? Because you just said that I was attacking and that I was being hostile.
Do you
I'm
think
pretty sure
tone is what attacking is?
I'm so sorry.
yes,
I'm so sorry,
tonality.
Mrs. I'm so
Tonality
sorry,
is a part of
Mrs.
it.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Don't
No,
get
I
Master.
really don't care what your tone is. The
Mrs.
simple
Don't.
fact.
Okay.
Mrs., don't get
Okay,
messy with
so
me. Don't get messy with me. I'm so
so you're
sorry.
doing the same thing. You
I'm
want me
so
to
sorry.
answer something and then you don't stop
Katie,
talking.
Katie,
Mrs.
Katie, 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 stop being aggressive. Stop
I'm
being
sorry.
aggressive.
I
Let
just
her
don't want
answer.
Mrs. to
Stop
get
being
nasty with
aggressive.
me. That's all. That's all.
Stop
I'm
being
sorry.
hostile. Stop being hostile, Katie. Let her
I'm
I
sorry.
don't
I'm
answer.
even
sorry.
think I used the word aggressive
I'm
in
a,
my sentence. I said have a civil conversation. This childish
Well,
over talking back and
oh,
forth. And my
yes, we're
husband was,
childish.
oh my fucking God.
Well,
My husband was
oh, don't
also
get mad.
doing
I'm
it, but
sorry.
the fact that none of you can have a civil conversation is the problem. I don't give a shit about
Hmm.
your tone. You want to swear up and down at each other? Go for it.
I'm
Why
But
do
sorry,
you?
Massa.
actually
I'm
let
Hmm.
sorry,
somebody
Massa.
finish a
I'm
sentence.
sorry,
Hold on.
Hmm.
Massa. I'm
Hmm.
sorry,
Who?
Massa. Let me go
Wait,
back
Okay,
and
hold on.
finish,
bye.
Massa.
Who are
Hmm.
you to judge how people,
Oh,
black people,
he
ladies least
ran.
of all, react to racism?
Hmm.
Who are you to decide that?
Did they or did they not
Yeah.
ask my husband to come up here and
That's not what the
apologize?
question
Did
was.
they or
Don't
did they
act.
not ask my
That was
husband to come
not the
up here and
question, Demi.
apologize?
That was not the
Did
question,
they
Demi.
or did they not ask my husband to
Who?
apologize?
Yeah.
How
Ukbani.
can somebody
Ukbani. Who are
apologize
you?
if they cannot speak?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can we get back to the main point since he
You're
ran?
missing the point completely.
Yeah. I think it's
Completely.
really, but no, no, you know what,
No, I'm
magical,
not. If you want to
magical. It's
just,
no
if you
magical.
just want
So,
to yell
so if
about it
it's,
and talk over,
so
then
I'm
don't
not
ask him to
yelling. I'm
apologize.
not yelling. I'm not yelling. I'm talking normal. So magical. I just want to think that I think the overall point is I think it's better to have like nice palatable tones when we're talking and addressing bigotry and racism, even though a motherfucker literally just threatened to come and find my address and come and try and find me over a
Yeah,
silly
I
spat
have
that they
no
had no
clue what that
context about.
conversation was.
Yeah, you don't know. I know. I'm
And
sorry.
yet
I'm
you
not
found it
attacking.
I
acceptable
really
to
don't.
say that
To be
black
on
people
one
are
account,
reacting out of racism and also DXing threats was
Yeah.
referring to them as irrational and attacking. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
so
downstairs on
irrational
my
and so
computer.
aggressive. I'm so irrational and so aggressive. I'm just so hostile. I just don't know how to have a
Never said you were
conversation.
aggressive.
I never said you said it. I never said you said it. I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Please. I'm really sorry. I'm
Please
Just
sorry
don't
for being
beat.
such an
Please
aggressive
don't beat
darky.
these tired old bones. Please don't beat them. Please.
Please. Don't
incapable
make me
of
be
having a
difficult to
civil
Massey.
conversation, right, Demi?
A
Please
civil
don't.
conversation has a back and forth. I will stand by saying civil.
Do I have to be
Hmm.
civil to a bigot?
Ooh,
You have to
speaking.
be civil. You have to be civil to anybody, even a person who said that they were going to find your
If
address and
you
come and
want
find
to
you.
have a,
That's what it is. Well, I thought you said you wanted to have a back and forth. I wasn't done talking.
yeah, notice I stopped.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't done talking though, beloved. Yeah. So, anyways, as I said, magical. Like I said, we're supposed to have a civil, nice, palatable, nice house Negro tone. We're not supposed to get angry and upset whatsoever, even though people have threatened to, find our addresses and come to our houses and do these explicable, do these horrid things to us over like,
I
simple
have
things,
actively
trying to
tried to
calling us,
apologize for that
trying
this
to call.
entire live,
I'm
and
not.
you have not
I
let me
wasn't
speak.
done.
So now I'm
I
just
wasn't
going to speak
done.
over you
I
to
wasn't
apologize
done.
because I just want
I
to get this
wasn't
over with. I
done.
came
I
here to
wasn't
apologize.
done. I
I am
wasn't
sorry for the
done.
things
I
I did.
wasn't
I
done.
am
Somebody mute.
actively trying to
I
make it
wasn't
better.
done.
I
I
left the
wasn't
live so
done.
that I could come
I
out here and
wasn't
be on
done.
one
I
give
wasn't
account.
done.
I am
Wasn't
sorry
done.
If
for
you
the
want to
I
things I
make
did.
it
wasn't
I'm
better,
done.
sorry for
sit there and
lying
I
to
take
the
the
wasn't
community. I'm
done.
heat.
sorry for the
I
things I did
wasn't
to you,
done.
Magical. I don't even
I wasn't
remember you.
done. I
I am
wasn't done.
sorry.
I
I
wasn't
don't
done. I
know
wasn't
what more
done.
you want
I
from me.
wasn't
I don't
done.
come on this
I
app
wasn't
anymore.
done.
We're done.
I wasn't
Goodbye. I'm
done. We're
sorry.
not done. We're not done. I'm gonna keep on talking about it.
Mm.
And you see, girl, that's why I said you and your mush mouth, slew foot, knock kneed ass, stupid ass, old, decrepit, geriatric ass, celiatric, motherfucking rheumatoid arthritis ass wife of yours can choke.
And by the
Fuck is you
way,
talking
Oh
about?
my God.
but
Ooh, with that.
by the way, I really wish GQ didn't leave because I also wanted to address the fact that they haven't
The
given Emily an
fuck?
apology for lying to Emily. I'm pretty sure they didn't give an apology to Taylor for lying for making statements towards Taylor. I'm pretty sure that GQ would hate to know, would hate for people to know that right up there on the Reddit, he sat there and lied and said that I told people to unalive themselves. I said bigots should, and GQ sat there and said, "Oh no, no, no! This is horrible. This is a legal action. Yada yada yada. All kinds of mess." Like what? What? Of course, GQ's gonna think that because GQ's a bigot. They'll
So,
forget.
So I have a
for
question
people who are
for.
asking, so just real
Sorry.
quick, because somebody asked me, so God amongst men,
Oop,
the reason why
you have
ZQ
a stop
threatened
sign.
to the reason why ZQ threatened to dox me and trying to look for me is because I'm gonna rewind back. This was just one day, like last year. It was late at night. There was a little call out live for Emerson. I don't know Emerson. I never broke bread with Emerson. People can literally tell you I've never talked with Emerson. I've only been on Emerson's live twice, and that was one time to address a problematic trans creator on this app. But literally before I could do it, the live got taken down because somebody brought it to me. A close mutual of mine had brought it to me, and then the second time is this one that I'm depicting right now. I was literally scrolling through. I was literally scrolling through the TikTok for you page. I literally saw that Emerson was hosting a live. I just decided to go in there, like just like we always do. We always just scroll through these lives. Like, hello, we're more than likely going to see one of our mutuals up on here, or we'll do blase blase. I come into the live. I go into the live, just chilling. It's about 60, 70, 80 people in the live. I'm just chilling, watching the live as it go down, just taking it all in. Woo, 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 woo. So then, literally, Water, Auntie Water comes into the live. Y'all know Auntie Water, and if y'all want to, y'all could even. Well, matter of fact, we could like just send this live. One of y'all send this live to Auntie Water because Auntie Water can literally attest to what I'm saying. Literally, I literally go into the live. I see Water coming to the live. I'm just talking with Water. Me and Water, we're just keying in the live, just doing whatever. Then somebody starts at Water in the comments. Somebody starts at Water in the comments. Woo 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 blase blase. Then it ends up Water gets muted in the comments. I asked the mods multiple times. I said, "Hey, why did Water get muted?" I said, Water didn't say anything. Water didn't say anything like crazy. I literally was scrolling through the chat when this all happened. Then they ended up unmuting Water. Water was back up. So then then words have power. That was the individual. They made like this weird statement about Water, and so then Water decides to go up to the I'm explaining what's happening, Celeste. Just follow the ball, baby. And
Auntie
so I
Water is
literally go
hosting a
up.
live, so
Okay. So so literally, what was that at? Oh, so Water goes up into the live. She's defending herself from the words have power individual. It's this white person. Woo 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 woo. And so then ZQ comes up and starts going at Auntie Water. And so I decided to go up because I'm like, hey, because I'm trying to referee the stuff and be like, hey, let's just like, not do too much. Let's like, let Water and words have the conversation. Do 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 do. But then we got put on Showtime by Emerson. Emerson puts us on Showtime. Words went first, Water went second, and then ZQ went after Water, and then I was last. So ZQ speaks, and I simply just said, "Hey, y'all, let's not do too much. Let's not do too much. This is all weird or whatever, whatever." Then ZQ starts talking out the side of their neck, talking about, "Oh, well, if you say this one more time, Pisces, I swear I'm gonna end you all. This da 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 woo woo woo. You don't want it with me. I'm really gonna do something bad to you." And so me, I was just like, "You don't know me." Like Krishan Rock from Baddies Mama, like he not talking to me, like. And so then me and ZQ start going at it, do. And so then ZQ ends up, and so then ZQ drops from the live. Well, it was like a back and forth. Like he was dropping from the live and then coming back on the live. And so then and then so he started like this little thing in the comments trying to say that me and Wada, and even Katie were a part of this like weird like little secret group that was supposed to like silence abuse victims and do this like weird thing amongst abuse victims and oh, we were supposed to like disrupt the live and silence the voices of the victims because we were secretly like friends with Emerson. And so I asked straight up in the live, I said, Emerson, do I know you? I'm like, Emerson, do we know each other? Emerson says straight up out their mouth, he's like, no, you actually, this is about your first or second time on my live, if I'm to be honest. I'm like, exactly, I've never been in their live. So then ZQ says it again. They say it in the live because Words Have Power hosted their own live in ZQ and went it up and said it again. I know that for a fact because KT went up into that live because they tried to um Well, no, Patch. We met way before. We met. Yeah, I think it was because of you, Patch. Yeah, yeah. I think that's how me and that's how I came across Emerson's panel the first time because I saw that Patch was on the live. And so back to my story. And so then KT went on the Words Have Power live to because they started trying to address this whole thing with about the whole Emerson thing, basically trying to say, well, if y'all don't know Emerson, how did y'all know that Emerson was live and how y'all all was Emerson? Oh, Water must have sent y'all to live this, that, and the third. Babies, I was the first person in there. Water came after me. I was the first person in there. Water came after me. And then KT didn't come until like literally like 20 or 30 minutes after, until like after like the whole thing like started to kick off. Then on top of that, before Katie went up into Words Have Panels live, because they was in the comments for a little minute, literally ZQ was talking about, oh, I'm gonna find your address and da 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 da. It's easy to find where you live, do 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 do, all this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, so you really gonna try and let me be clear, y'all. I don't have a problem with people trying to find where I live at. It's like if you want to put yourself in danger like that, I mean, by all means, go ahead. But it's just like it's the fact of the matter that you're trying to do all this weird stuff over something that you didn't even know anything about, that you're just literally playing up in your head. And so then, and so then I remember I had blocked him. I had blocked everybody who was a part of that whole lie, who was doing that like weird thing. And then also on top of that, literally multiple people were like, and then multiple people were like reaching out to me, like giving me like apologies and literally saying, oh, I'm so sorry that that happened to you, all this, that, and the third. And I'm just all like, woo, 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 it's okay. And so then he's talking about that he wants to apologize to me. And so when we got up onto the live, he literally tried to started off with an apology. And so I simply asked him, I said, okay, you're trying to apologize, but you do know that if you want to apologize some for and truly atone for something, you have to name what you did, how it negatively impacted people, and exactly how you can move forward, how you're gonna move forward with this, which he did not do. I had to literally walk him through what he was doing. And halfway through, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all was in the live with me. Wasn't he like for the first half, like denying all the stuff that I was naming that he did?
Indeed. Sorry, by the way, I just got back. I had to.
Y'all good. So my whole thing about it is, you talk about you want to apologize and atone for something, but you're not even properly naming the things that you want to. Also, on top of that, you have your slewfoot, not neat ass old geriatric wife coming in talking about we're attacking and that we're not letting you have a conversation. Girl, fuck your civil conversation. That
You
husband who's
didn't.
half
You
that
didn't.
husband who's half you need to tell that husband who's half your age, because you're 40 and he's like 20, to literally stop trying and dox people and trying to find people. That's what you need to be having the conversation with. And the fact of the
Jay.
matter is that you tried to say, oh, I don't know what's going on. That's a problem. Because if your husband is acting a fool on the internet and you don't know about it, girl, that's a problem. Girl, don't try and come for me.
Yeah,
Or you just
Let's
mad
not.
because
it's
you
not
married
even.
somebody who's half. Nah, because she, no, because she got in it. She got in it and now she's in it.
I mean, I'm
The
trying to
fuck is
say
you
that
talking about?
it's a known secret to people who don't know. It's been known.
Let's not
Yeah.
preach too much on age gap relationships.
Side eyeing nurse right now, but I tried to very much just like skip over Demi and leave her out of it, but she inserted foot into mouth in this one.
Yeah, yeah. It's been known. Obviously, not gonna name names, but a lot of people already knew. Chances are, at least half this fucking chat knew. Let's be honest about it. And our reasons why people did or didn't say anything. Okay, so there's that
Shit,
part.
I'ma say it. I'ma say it because y'all scared to say it. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly, Bella Goth. Yeah, Zip was 19 when Demi was 37, and they got together. Yeah, yeah. In
Exactly.
fact,
Like,
I
isn't
will
that
I
weird to
will put some
y'all?
I will put some names to it. Artemis knew. Artemis been known.
I
I
knew
know.
there was an age gap
No, I'm not.
relationship there.
Well, I was
No, I'm not gonna speak to. No, I'm not gonna speak to who all did and didn't know, because I don't know these folks like that for real. I'm just talking about my issues, no shade. But here's my thing about it, babe. You trying to talk to me and you trying to have a conversation about me about being civil? You should have told your 19, 20, 21 year old husband, your child, your second child, your man child, to literally keep those fingers off the keyboard. Because if
Well,
you would have came down, because if you would
I
have
knew,
came down
but
to
it
where I
made
was,
sense to me.
Yeah, with the whole with them being intersex, yada yada yada. Yeah, we've heard it before. Oh, they're both
Yeah,
trans and intersex, so they deserve to have a whole thing with each other. Yeah, I've heard that from Artemis.
and they're both consenting adults.
what's y'all about?
Yes.
Yeah, but so is an 18-year-old and a 60-year-old, but there's still a power dynamic at play, which is why
I
age gap
know,
relationships are a problem.
but
I'm
I've been in
just
this out for too long.
I'm just airing that out because fuck the both of
And
them.
babes, you gonna try and talk like you done, bitch? We ain't done, bitch. I'm keeping this on forever.
Oh, and so yeah, ZQ did reach out to me. I have all the screenshots of everything.
Yes,
Including
that's how I found out about this because KT reached out to me and she told me that he reached out to her because he
mm-hmm.
knew that me and her were friends.
Yep. And I screenshotted things as things went along. So, and by the way, yes, this will be dumped into Nurse's server, so you guys can see the messages yourself. You guys can see everything.
So
Kind of
yeah,
you're gonna
so
be like, oh, listen.
for anybody, so just real quick, just a personal PSA. If y'all see ZQ and y'all bring and this is brought up and he said that he apologized and that he moved on from it, he didn't apologize and he's not moved on from it. We're still
It's
here. I'm
it's
still that
also
nigga
on
for y'all.
YouTube. We're also on YouTube Live right now for recording. So
If you guys
Like
are
we
gonna
like
do this on my Discord, can you add Brookie too?
Gotcha, doing it right now.
no wait, what Bricky do? I mean, I don't like what she do
girl,
now.
girl,
What didn't she
girl,
do?
girl,
I was
girl.
about to say Pisces. What? Be real. What have they not done?
Girl, no shade. I don't be on. Listen, I don't be on here as much. I be sipping my tea
Eh,
and minding my business and
Look,
eating my food.
there's so many things that ZQ has done.
Well, not
Cookies.
ZQ. I was talking about Bricky.
No, no, I know. I'm just saying in general.
Oh,
Like, there's a whole bunch of things that ZQ has done that people have let slide.
I
That
know
people
too
have
many
been
of y'all
okay with.
motherfuckers.
Here we go. Sorry, what's that, Magical?
I said I know too many of y'all motherfuckers.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, GQ has done all
bitch.
kinds of wild things, and people just let it go, whatever else. And if I'm gonna be honest, my theory is that ZQ wanted to come back and not have any shit going on, and that's why he started coming around and trying to do his little apology tour. But poor things seem to think that everybody's just gonna take him back, and that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening at all. People aren't just gonna just take you back and do some wild shit like this. And then
Especially
What?
when you're doing
and then
wild
to
stuff
know,
like you're doing. Like
and
you're
then
not.
to
Here's
know,
the thing. Like
and then
here's
to
the thing. If me and him would have had like a let's say like a regular like spat. Like let's say like if me and KT like get into it. Like if me and KT get into it, we call each other's like bitches and hoes and slew foot and foot draggers, all this, that, and the third. I probably could look over that if like let's say in a year comes time. But babes, you actively like threatened me. Like you threatened to find my house. You said you were gonna come find me.
Yeah.
That will never fly. That will never fly with me. Oh, it's
oh
up and it's stuck.
And
oh
the way he tried to like minimize it to be like, oh no, I stated that you're not hard to find. That's still the same exact threat. It's just
Literally.
playing
oh
with
and,
words.
oh, and then the whole thing of I don't know if you remember this, Echo, but do you remember when it was Lee Up and I and Auntie Waters live? We were just talking, and Div came up, so Mass sharing the live and nothing big and bad in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then since you had a big bad in the comments, we're like, hey, why don't you come up?
Yeah,
And we're
all of
like,
he did
oh,
that.
I'm drinking, motherfucker. If you can type coherently and share that live to a bunch of people, you can come up on the live and say your piece. Nobody's gonna attack you. Nobody's gonna yell at you. Nothing like that. We're just gonna say, hey, let's have a conversation. And you ran like a
All
little
right.
bitch, just like you did here.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
Olive, you're wondering. He actively did that. He actively threatened to come and find me for a
I'm gonna put.
childish reason. Okay, my
This
bad.
is Pisces' address. If anybody needs it.
Nah,
God,
change it. Nah, no, 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 no. That's not my address. I'm gonna need you to change it. It's actually what my address is. 666. Fuck around and find that out. That's what it is.
I could hear Pisces' heart skip a beat there. Like, does Echo really have it?
oh wait, Charlie,
No, no, I know.
Charlie,
No,
you
it's
say
actually
no?
666. Fuck around and find out.
Who's
Wait,
Fuck around and find
intoxicated?
out.
hold on,
Road.
Charlie. Charlie, so here's the thing, right? Nobody is cursing someone up who is intoxicated. That's not what was
Charlie, I
happening.
My
wasn't even in
bad.
Oh,
that
I
okay,
didn't
live. What
wait.
are
mean
you
to
talking
invite
May I?
you.
about?
May I? May I? Thank you. Charlie,
Sorry.
nobody was getting somebody to come up who's
Cancel.
intoxicated. Nobody's getting somebody up that was
Oh.
intoxicated. They came into the live, started mass sharing it, and started talking shit in the comments. And then we said, "Hey, come on up." And then that was when they said they were intoxicated. That's what happened. We did not know they were intoxicated before. Okay, so let's not play
Charlie,
games.
Who was
Charlie, bro,
Delirious.
no, I wasn't
intoxicated?
even there when that shit happened. Like, how are you gonna blame me for some shit I wasn't even there for? Like, bro, do you not,
Wait, for
bro, is you
real?
kidding
I'm
me?
like, who the hell was intoxicated?
Ooh, y'all stupid slewfoot foot draggers just
Who
always want to be part of a
who
conversation.
shot
Like,
at the
shut up.
Taco Bell? Like, I'm confused.
Nothing happened, Echo.
Oh,
Nothing happened.
oh,
Nothing
wait a
happened,
minute,
Echo.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Hold
What's
on.
this?
I need one
Bro, why
second.
do I follow you?
Delirious is about to lose the invite permissions. Muppet, can you just comment for me and say hi?
I
I just
meant
want to
to
make
say.
sure. I just want to make sure you didn't get blocked, Muppet. Can you just comment for me, say hi or
No, no,
something?
no. I didn't. I didn't block them. I didn't.
I'm sorry, but
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say it again. Y'all, y'all in the comments, the one that's in here calling us weird, calling a collectively mostly group of black people weird. Yeah, it's weird for you to do that, when we're calling out racism and also threatening to DOX a black queer person, that part, and you're also a part of a community that black people built. So the audacity out of your mouth right now is astonishing to me. And that's something I continuously call out because y'all are actively, y'all are proving my point every day, actually.
Y'all are literally doing the same thing that ZQ was doing. Y'all are literally doing the same thing
I,
that ZQ was
I
doing,
got
trying to
something.
link in a bunch of black people to a situation that we know nothing
I,
about.
I got something interesting here, and I don't know if the person that gave me this, to the person that gave me this, feel free to say if you want me to send it to Echo or leave a name out or anything. Just like tell me in messages. But there was a conversation between somebody else and ZQ about racist stuff. So there's that. Do you know about the racist stuff Artemis, Maddie, and Donk did? Wondering because yeah, and Zip says yeah.
Celeste is the key.
Mm.
Oh wait, Celeste said it was her? Oh
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no.
Celeste just said, send it, bro. I don't care.
oh.
Because that's how I am. Just go ahead and send it.
Okay then. In that case, guess what, Echo? I guess you're gonna get this.
Yoink.
Oh wait, in the bottom. Oh wait, and there's more. There's more. Okay. Well, damn. Okay, I'm just gonna forward all this to Echo.
Why are we
Also,
waiting for that?
Charlie who likes to talk shit in chat, also was called out about a year and a half ago for telling people to go KYS themselves because they were bigots. Charlie did the same thing before that Katie is doing now. We're just on a new person. But go ahead, Charlie. Call people weird.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Somebody's doing. Wait. So that means I'm not the only one? No. Fuck that. Fuck that. This is
I'm pretty
stupid.
sure. No shade. Can I just be honest? Can I be all the way honest? I'm pretty sure, and just to be realistic, I'm pretty sure a multitude of us, collectively, both on the panel and in the comments, we have said something far along the lines of telling a bigot to unalive themselves.
I tell them to
Like, I'm gonna
choke
be
on a
so real.
chicken bone.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, and this is the thing that I need people to understand, right? Here's the thing: if y'all say something like, unprovoked, that's like one thing. But if we're actively if we're actively like having it out, and we just go to hell, we both collectively just go to hell. Like, what are y'all complaining about? Like, here's the thing: KT is not just like going out of their way and just like tapping somebody on their shoulder and be like, "Hey, could you turn around real quick? Go lay on your back." No, like,
Yeah,
like, come
these,
on, like, y'all stop mischaracterizing things.
yeah, and by the way, I've talked to people about this publicly, strangers, my boss, all that stuff. And I'm telling you, if you guys were to get offline and talk to regular ass people who aren't bigots, they agree with us. They agree that bigots should not be living on this planet. I've asked people at my job, and they've said, yes, Who the hell likes bigots?
I
Yes,
just
go
I
and say
wouldn't
it.
do too
You will
much
be
on it
upset.
because you know they are reporting you. So people are
Oh,
gonna
well,
say
yes.
report. So just be careful.
Oh, fair enough. People in
Not
the
your
real world
report.
do agree with this kind of thing. So this isn't like a whole
Oh,
like nobody agrees. In the real world, people agree with this. Who wants to
wait.
be
Let me.
around the
Let's
bigots?
read this. I want to read this out loud.
Quick thing too, by the way. Magical. Since Zip went to sit there and characterize me
You're good,
as
Celeste.
serious, since since Zip went to characterize me as saying that anybody who doesn't agree with me, I'm telling them to go and off themselves. Magical. You don't agree with me saying this, do you?
Not the way you usually do it. I mean, I'm not against it, but I just don't be saying it online.
Mm-hmm. Now, have I told you to off yourself?
Hell no.
No. You cannot agree with me on a multitude of things. I'm not gonna tell you to off yourself, but when it comes to being a bigot, no, they can do it. They can get it. That's my line. Don't be a bigot, and I won't tell you to go do it. Otherwise, like, well, cool.
Yeah. Oh, let me read this though. This is
Oh, it's
spicy.
juicy. It's juicy.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Celeste then says, "Do you know about the racist stuff Artemis, Maddie, and Donk did? Wondering, cause yeah. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
ZQ
wait,
there
Magical.
says,
Can you do me a favor? Can you tell us the
what?
time? Can you tell us the time that happened? The
Oh,
day?
let me see. Let me see. 03/27, 2025.
Hmm. Hey, quick question. When was that call out live in Artemis?
It happened over months
Hmm.
prior to that, actually.
Okay, just making sure.
Kiza's no longer on the app. Kiza went to go play games elsewhere.
Well, Keys as
Oh.
a whole.
Oh, let me see. Artemis is a mod in Demi's lives. Yes, does she know? Maybe. Demi hasn't gone through them in a while. Oh, of course. Artemis was in the live yesterday commenting and sending gifts. Hold on, let me start driving. Oops, sorry. Let me see. Hey, I don't know if you're at work or not. Just message me when you can. Okay, so Demi is aware of Artemis' situation. She is currently at an impasse because she has our address, knows our government names, and is easily pissed off. Hmm.
And just for context, here is
Matter of
Demi's
fact,
live, and Artemis is moderator. Artemis Wolfie.
Eh,
mm,
That
block them.
what? What's that creepy pasta cereal unaliver, Jeff?
Oh,
Jeff Bezos?
You see it?
Jeffrey
No.
Jeff Dahmer.
No,
Jeffrey
No,
Dahmer.
no,
no.
you're talking about Jeff the Unaliver.
I don't
Yes,
know.
Jeff the Unaliver, the creepy pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what her smile reminds me of.
so not only are these folks racist apologists, but they're also a person who's 40 years old who's cavorting with someone who was young as 19. Mm.
I'm gonna
I
start
But
don't.
yet
calling.
but yet,
I'm just,
but yet
I'm,
I'm the one who's not capable of having a civil conversation. I can't have a great conversation.
I'm gonna
How are
start.
you over here conversating with teenagers?
I'm gonna start calling. Sorry, very spicy bun me. I'm gonna start calling this the Woody Allen effect. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Y'all doing some Woody Allen shit.
Also, who's moderator for Demi? Maki.
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, that was the same person who was going at water in the lot in Emerson's live.
Oh,
That's the person who started going at water.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
And
okay.
and Artemis is still a mod there too. I don't know, you guys. I don't have mods. I don't have racists as mods.
I don't.
Yeah, that was the person who
Hold
started
on,
going. Wait, 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 wait,
hold on.
wait.
I'm
Is that what
sorry,
Demi
I'm
looks
hearing
like?
something.
That is Demi, yeah.
That is Demi.
I'm gonna not say I'm gonna not say it because it's not politically correct. We can move on.
I'm just gonna say, girl, stop.
What the
Don't be
fuck?
messy. Don't be messy.
Boy, what are you doing?
Listen, I'm just gonna say if you want to make a house, the
No.
best material to use is brick.
No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I have a question for the panel.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Somebody just tried to break into my house. I gotta go.
What?
Okay. Wow.
Careful, it's probably Ziv.
Girl, not right now,
Stop.
girl.
Okay, I'm sorry. Take it back. Take back these.
No take backsies.
Bring out the pink pew pew. I have two.
W.
Hold on.
So what's your question, nurse?
My question is, why is it that YT people get so butthurt when we call them out on the racism? And instead of accepting accountability, they then turn and start attacking and critiquing everything that we say. Does any BIPOC person have an answer to that?
Sorry, I'm eating food.
No. Oh.
Now, of course, nurse, I don't speak for all of YT people, but as someone who calls themselves a recovering Republican, or a MAGA I don't know where former MAGA, let me help answer this for you. The reason why a lot of YT people will try to turn that back, I think it has a lot to do with they feel attacked and it's a defense mechanism. So even though they might see themselves as not a racist because of whatever reasons, they don't see themselves as a racist. So even though history shows us an inherent racism that is built into the system, because that person doesn't see it necessarily because of their privilege, they feel attacked, and therefore most people, instead of saying, you know what, I hear your criticism, I am accepting your criticism, and I'm going to try to learn from this, instead of doing that, what a lot of people do, and it's human nature, I think, and I feel, is to attack back as a defense mechanism. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we already knew that. No shade. That was kind of a rhetorical question. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
it
Oh, I thought you were
was.
asking legit. Never mind.
And so, but my whole thing about it is, let's also be clear, like at like what we're talking about. Like first and foremost, like you actively expected a cool, you expected a cool, calm conversation after you were literally threatening people to dox them and go to their house. Like I said, like I said, you can do that to me. That really doesn't phase me. But don't ever try to expect no like cool, calm conversation with me. That's like if a motherfucker tell me that they gonna beat my ass and then want to have a conversation 5 minutes later. Bro, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. Who the hell are you?
Well,
Like,
clearly y'all are
you
talking about
expect a
something
cool
I have
you
no part of. So I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
just
who
say hot dogs are tacos, and I'm out.
okay.
Hi,
Okay.
Tabby.
That just grind
Um
my gear.
but yeah, like that's what's really also like this isn't us just simply having a conversation of like calling out like your 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 really young husbands, like like racism. Like your husband was actively not only being racist but also being like a literal like sociopath. Like is that okay? Is that like politically correct for me to say?
I
Yes,
think
but you
so.
don't need to. You don't need to add so much emphasis on the word "young."
I mean, they're 20
Listen.
and and the wife is like 40.
You don't need so much emphasis on it.
That's young.
Um,
So,
girl, I
and
love
my whole
you.
thing about it So my whole thing about it is, right, like here's the thing about it. Like, first and foremost, like you want to talk about my tone. Where is all this notion for your and then here's another thing. She also tried to change it. She also tried to say, oh well, even ZQ was doing it. Girl, you wasn't talking to just ZQ. You was talking to me and Katie. You wasn't talking to anybody else but me and Katie. Now you're
Mm-hmm.
switching it because now your husband had to put your young husband had to put your foot in your old 40-year-old mouth.
Hey, ZQ, or not ZQ, Demi. I wonder what your Monster Hunter fans over on Twitch are gonna think. Because the Monster Hunter community is pretty open-minded. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna like what comes out. So, something to consider.
Yeah. I think today kind of proved, kind of
Like I
really.
said, y'all. Oh my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like I said, y'all, if he goes around and starts saying that this is over, that he apologized, let's also be clear. He did not give a genuine apology. He couldn't even name the exact things that he was exactly apologizing for. And also, on top of that, he was using multiple microaggressions and he was trying to apologize for the racism that he was taking. Like, he did not apologize or move on from this whatsoever. Like, it's not over.
Yeah.
It's never going to
I
be over.
I think this really goes to show that both Ziv and Demi have a lot of racism still to unpack and work on, because that was so easy for them to do. They didn't even think about it.
Wait, are you guys saying because you're white, you're automatically racist?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh
Yes,
my
Pretty
you're
God, that
much.
is
inherently
news to
racist.
me.
Pretty
Inherently
much.
racist, yes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of work that needs to happen in unpacking and learning and education.
And
I need to stop.
this goes back to what I've been saying for months now. This is why a lot of us BIPOC LGBTQ people are tired of you white ones. Tired because you guys will know something's going on and not tell us. Or you'll enable it or you'll do it. And then do nothing and then get mad at us when we say bigots should be wiped out. Or when we reach out for help, all of that stuff. This is why we have to have our own spaces. You guys are the problem. Change that shit if you don't want it to continue. And it's just like I told Ziv, there's a reason why we can't believe you motherfuckers. Don't come on our spaces, don't help us, but you want to tell us when we do something that you don't like.
Hmm.
Sorry, I got water. Let me stop.
And then the moment that a black person acts differently than what you would expect or want, you flip out on them and call them aggressive or any type of microaggression. Like, it's a lot.
And hey, if you guys want kind of a laugh, check the Reddit, the one where I'm telling somebody they're going off themselves. Check the Reddit. Radiation Ziv is the name. See the conversation there that somebody had with Ziv. Go ahead and see how they mischaracterized what I said and then tried to run with it. Sit there and see
Very,
it black and white.
I'm very disappointed in you guys. You guys weren't being part of one of the good ones.
Oh, wait a minute, what's this? So that said, I can't find when Ziv crashed out on me about apologizing to you, Katie, and said you deserve to have an 8v1 with mostly white tea people just dumping on you. Here's the thing,
What
right?
the fuck?
Here's the thing. For those of you who don't know about that, I really wish I had a copy of that live. I really do. I enjoyed it People seem to think it bothered me. It never bothered me. I was if you could listen back to it, I was laughing. I was having a good old time. Because AV1 never scared me. It's never going to scare me. Those of you who know me know me. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. And for hours, I made them look like fucking clowns. And I'd do it again.
No offense, but we don't take white people serious.
Oh, I don't take an AV1 serious.
All right.
And the whole time I make them look
Thank you,
stupid, and I'd do it
Pisces.
again.
Good
Take care,
night, Pisces.
Pisces. Celeste, please don't feel bad about it. You were used by white tea people. That's not your fault. That's their fault. You showed how you really are as a person. You and I are square. I like the hell out of you, Celeste. You're a wonderful person.
Quick shout out to those who obviously cannot read. And if you can't, I will read it for you. Says, don't message Ella. She knows about this live already. She has gotten quite a few messages about this live since it started.
I hope you guys can't hear that alarm going off in my background.
Okay,
heard it.
so end this Echo.
No way.
End this
No
live.
way, Echo. You heard it?
No, we didn't hear it.
I heard it. Is it still going off?
No.
It was for a minute. I'm not hearing it
Echo,
anymore.
you're lying.
No, I'm
You're
not.
lying.
It was like, I heard it.
No,
yeah.
you're definitely not hearing it because it doesn't sound like that.
No. Well, not that deep.
Yeah,
Jeez.
No, it goes.
Yeah,
I'm
like
really worried about.
phases. Yeah.
I'm really worried about you hearing it because knowing you, Echo, and knowing me, you'd find out exactly where the fuck I lived off that sound alone.
You're assuming I don't know exactly where you live. I don't.
I was gonna say which part of West Philly. That's the crazy part. That's the hard part. You know where I work. You don't know where I live.
Yes.
Well, we can make an estimate because we know we've spent time with you since when you go from your house to the bus and to the bus to your work. So we can make a time.
No, you can't.
Estimate.
No, you can't. I guarantee you.
Rizzo, I seen that Rizzo.
Because you already got it messed up, nurse.
How so?
I'm not going to tell you that part. Echo knows exactly where I live. Echo knows exactly where I